Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kathy at Attic Treasures Etc. I'm really glad you're here today. So this is Scrap Busting Saturday, and I thought what we would do was make a snippet roll. So I have quite a few scraps of fabric and some lace. I've got this excuse me, that I wanted to use as a base, so we can start with that. And just kind of wanted to stay sort of roughly in the blue theme, so I've got, you know, just a bunch of scraps of fabric and stuff here. So anyway, I thought what we would do is just start maybe gluing some of these on, and then I can sew it. I'll grab my pinking shears. So I really like making snippet rolls. I haven't made one in a while, but they're really fun to use as belly bands and things like that. They can be super random. So just, you know, I like to start just by cutting up some pieces, like this one. It's got the nice little flowers on it. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a great day. Beautiful weather again today, a little bit cooler. Got some dotted Swiss here. But I'm really glad we got a lot of planting and yard cleanup done from over the winter. You know what happens to your yard over the winter. So, and it's going to start really cooling off, and possibly even rain tomorrow. So we were just trying like crazy to get it all done, and I think we're there, surprisingly enough. This has some fuzz on it from other pieces, which isn't, you know, a bad thing necessarily, but I think I want to get some of it off anyway. Have to get a cover for our fire pit in the back, because the one that came with it, it was so super lame. It just immediately fell apart. Didn't last at all. So unfortunately all we have right now is just a tarp, which looks really ugly. So I'm gonna order one from Amazon. The weather hasn't been, you know, so nice that we have really felt like we wanted to go out and sit by the fire yet. But I really like the way it looks out there. We planted a bunch of seeds, which is fine. I don't mind waiting. It's kind of fun. Okay, let me see what I've got here. Just start gluing. And then I've also got some buttons, and you know, we can put other little embellishments on later. Just sort of putting them on randomly. They don't have to be straight or anything like that. Oh, I have this too. Forgot. This was a tablecloth or something. I'm not going to worry about coffee dyeing any of this. I kind of, you know, once in a while it's okay to have white. It's still, I think it still looks good. Let's put something in between there. That fabric wants to fray. And then stick to my fingers, because my fingers have glue on them. Okay, here. Let's pull out this guy. Oh boy. It's kind of fun gluing lace, isn't it? And when the stuff frays and gets all over your hands. Some upholstery fabric, just an edge of it. And again, I'm just really just gluing this on just to kind of hold it in place before I sew it. But these are a great way to use up scraps, especially when you have a lot of random little fabric scraps, which I do. The only problem is when the glue, that wants to stick to everything, which, you know, that's what glue does. But then you get the little strings and it sticks to your fingers, and wait on that one. This is sort of shaping up already. Okay. That didn't want to work at all. Okay. You didn't want to play nice, so you have to go. So when I've got enough pieces of fabric on here, I can take some of these longer pieces of sari silk and just sort of end the ribbon and sort of weave them in and out. Does anybody here quilt? I've made one quilt in my life. It was a baby quilt for my niece when she was born. That was, it's totally ancient history now. It was just for her crib. It was cute. It was just a super simple patchwork quilt that didn't, there wasn't any real design to it. It was just squares or rectangles or something. I've done lots and lots and lots of sewing, and I've admired many quilts, but I've just never really had the desire to make a quilt. But one of the garage sales that we went to last year, it was an estate sale, actually, and the lady had been a quilter. The lady that passed away had been a quilter, and I think it was like everything that you could stuff in a bag for $5 or something like that. I can't remember the exact amount now, but I got my money's worth of fabric, and a lot of it was cut, some of it wasn't. But there was a lot of it. And I took as much as I could carry. I like this little roll of lace with this little backing on it, or this little strip of dotted fabric, because it makes a really nice base. Great way to use up scraps. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there, even though I've got lots of other scraps. And then I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and start sewing on it. So I'm going to do that, and then I will come back. Ta-ta for now. Oh, hi, did you miss me? Well, here I am again, and I've done a bunch of sewing on this, and as you can see, I've taken some of the sari silk and ribbon and just kind of wound it back and forth across and just sewed in random crazy ways. You can kind of see how I did it on the back. So I wasn't trying to make a straight line at all. I was trying to go back and forth so I could catch everything as much as possible. So you could totally leave it like this. But what I'm going to do is to embellish it just a little bit further. So I have some crocheted flowers and some buttons and a little die cut. I've got some of this beaded stuff. So I don't know how much of this I'll use. But what I've done is just thread a needle, and I thought I would just start, you know, putting some of this stuff on there and see what happens. Not everything needs to be sewn on. It can be glued on, but I think I'm going to sew these little crocheted flowers on. So let's see here. They can just be sort of in random places. Okay, so we're just going to glue on some of these crocheted flowers. I was going to sew them on, but I decided instead to glue them. It'd be a little bit easier. I have taken some spray stain in the past, and these take that spray really well. So I think this is turning out really cute. I've got this little die cut here. I thought I would put it right there in the center. Give him enough glue so that he'll stick. And then put a little button in the center. And what I like to do with buttons is just take some thread. I better put this on there so it doesn't make a mess. Let's go through the top. Through again. And then just tie a knot, and it works better when my fingers aren't full of glue, but okay. Maybe cut a little bit shorter. And put a little glue on the take the top off again. And then right in the center. Okay. Make sure he stays. Now this one has a shank on it, which is this little piece that sticks up right here. And I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. I kind of like him in this flower. But I don't know if I'm going to use it because there's a lot of fabric here, and That one would definitely have to be sewn on. That's so cute. Oh well, maybe I could use it somewhere else. Here's a little rosette. You can go on one of these flowers. That'd be cute. About right there. May need a little bit more encouragement here. Hold it down. I've got this little bee on this little fabric ruffle. This is really a glue day, isn't it? Got glue and static. Okay, so we can put this little ruffle up here maybe. Another little button, maybe a different color, so he stands out. I'm not going to bother with the thread. And then we can, oh, here's another guy. I kind of like this one. It's pretty. What would happen if I took this out? I think I'll just put it underneath. I'm afraid if I take it out, the whole thing will fall apart. Yeah, I don't crochet. I found these out garage sailing. And my mom crocheted all the time. That wasn't something that I picked up, and of course now I wish I had, but that's the way it is. Yeah, I like the way this is shaping up. Love, love, love. Great way to use up scraps. So if you're ever in need of supplies and you don't want to go out necessarily and buy them, you can ask your friends if they will help you, if they will let you help them declutter by getting rid of, you know, old stuff that they have that they don't want to, that they don't have a need for anymore. And I put up an ad on the local Facebook marketplace, and this lady contacted me and gave me a whole box of buttons for free. I also have friends saving postage stamps and the little plastic or paper credit cards that come in the mail when they want you to apply for a credit card. So, you know, enlist your friends, because these things they're just going to throw them away. And they would love to help you, because that's how friends are, right? Oh, that's the top. Put this on the bottom. Like a little cluster of buttons there. Then I have this beaded trim. Maybe I'll cut off a few pieces of this. Oh. What's that? That's tape. Okay, well, we can get rid of it. Glue is not cooperating. So this is getting lots of interest. Lots of interesting elements in it. Rather like that. Anyway, so yeah. My friends saved me the backs of notepads, the cardboard backing on it. Sometimes they'll even donate cereal boxes or liners or something like that. So, you know, people are more than willing to help out if they think that you can use something. A lot of people really like the idea of recycling, but repurposing is even better. So, and you know, if you give them a gift of a mini journal or a full-size journal, depending on, you know, how well you know them and things like that, you know, they're so willing. People can be really lovely. Okay, I think I'm going to call this one done. So here we have this little bee and some sari silk. Looks to me like you're, oh, you know what? This light isn't on. Hey, how about that? Okay, so sorry about that, guys. We have some sari silk and lots of different fabrics, some crochet flowers, some buttons, some beaded trim, and all made out of scraps. So what do you think? This is a good scrap busting session. So I think we're going to call this a wrap. Have a great rest of your weekend and hope to see you again soon. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. That helps YouTube to keep recommending my channel. And if you have subscribed recently, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. You're wonderful. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll think about it and consider it. So I would love that. So, and share, okay? And hit the little notification bell so that you know when I have uploaded new items or new videos. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon. This is Kathy at Attic Treasures, etc. And I was so happy you could join me today. Bye.